Good afternoon, everyone. The topic I am presenting today is comparison of German and Iban, and I will be comparing it in the following four aspects: origins, scope of use, influence, and summary. First of all, in order to understand a language, you must first know its history and origin. German is part of the Western Germanic branch of Germanic language family, which itself is part of the larger Indo-European language family, along with English, French, and Dutch. And the Iban language belongs to the Malayic subgroup, a Malayo-Polynesian branch of the Austronesian language family. Now we turn to the history of German and Iban. The recorded history of Germanic language begins with their speakers' first contact with the Romans. In the 1st century BCE, at that time and for several centuries thereafter, there was only a single Germanic language, with little more than minor dialect differences. Only after about the 6th century CE can one speak of German language. As a written language, German is quite uniform. It differs in Germany, Austria, and Switzerland no more than written English does in the United States and the British Commonwealth. As a spoken language, however, German exists in many dialects, most of which belongs to either the High German or Low German dialectal groups. According to the oral history of the Iban people arrived in Sarawak in the 16th century and settled in the regions of Bantu-Lupa Janagi Basin and the Abdob River in the southern Sarawak. During the period of Crown Colony of Sarawak, the Iban language was used in the government official letters, cards, announcements, and notice. The Iban language, known under the name of Asia language, was offered as an examination subject in the Sarawak Junior Certificate. The Asian language was renamed to Iban language in 1963. Jim Van Taiwan, the former vice chairman of Sarawak Dayak Iban Association, called this period of time under Crown Colony as Golden Era of the Iban language. Next, we come to the second part of the scope of use, where German is the second most widely spoken Germanic and West Germanic language after English, both as a first language and as a second language. German is the mother tongue of more than 100 million people. It was first spoken in Germany, Austria, northern Switzerland, Liechtenstein, Luxembourg, South Tyrol, Italian, a small part of Belgium, part of Poland, and part of Alsace, France. The Iban language is spoken by the Iban, one of the Dayak ethnic groups, who live in Brunei, the Indonesia province of Western Kalimantan, and in the Malaysia state of Sarawak. After, let's talk about the impact of German and Iban at the national and international levels. German is not only one of the most widely spoken languages in the European Union, it is also the sixth most spoken language in the world, and is one of the world's economic and industrial powerhouses. And the German language, as the official language of Germany, has an important position in the international economy, trade, and industry. And German is widely used in philosophy, psychology, science, and other fields of study, and is the second most commonly used scientific language in the world. In the field of literature, the German-speaking countries rank fifth in the number of new books published, which means that many books are published in German. Iban is not spoken as a national language, but only in Sarawak, Western Kalimantan, and Brunei on island of Borneo. In some specific regions, there are many schools that teach Iban or make it an elective subject. And the Iban language is an important part of the Iban culture, an integral part of life, and is utilized in traditional festivals and events. Finally, we turn to the summary. Overall, the German language has an important influence at both the state and the national levels, and has a profound impact in various academic and cultural fields, encompassing the whole of Europe and even the world. Iban, on the other hand, has a limited impact at the national and the international levels compared to the German, with significant cultural influence in Malaysia and on the Indonesia island of Borneo. And it's worth mentioning in particular is that the Iban language is ranked as level 5 in terms of endangerment on expanded graded intergenerational disruption scale. In particular, Iban was losing ground to English in 4 domains and to Sarawak Malay in 2 domains. In non-Iban dominant areas, the results on languages used in public places and in new domains indicate that domains of language use currently occupied by Iban may be taken over by English and Malay in the future, with more ethnically mixed family, friendship, work, and public spaces. It reminds me of my home dialect, which fewer and fewer young people are learning because it's too difficult. In the face of these disappearing dialects, we should encourage young people to take over the understanding and learning. Every language deserves to be passed on, because it represents a specific culture. That's all my sharing. Thanks for your listening.